I guess a question I've never asked myself or done a video on this channel: am I personally afraid of death? Well, it's complicated. So for all of you who don't know who I am, my name is Killer Guru Jack, formerly of Phantasma Paranormal. While the name of this channel has changed, the purpose of it is still the same. But I want to talk about something which I've personally had a kind of a struggle with myself. Maybe you have as well. Am I afraid of dying? Am I afraid of death? It is complicated because from what I believe and everything that I done, if you don't know, I think I probably subscribe to being much more of an atheist rather than an agnostic, because I'm very much I don't believe in religion. I don't believe spirituality. I believe in science. I believe in logic. I believe in practicality, rationality, and so on. That's what I believe. I want to live in the real world. I believe in things. I believe in science because there's evidence for it. That's why I talk about it. When it comes to the idea of a soul, that everybody has a soul, I believe we have our own consciousness. We do have our own consciousness. I mean, I'm aware that I'm in this really nice woods here where I live, and I got the river behind me. I got the clothes. I can feel the clothes on me. I can feel the air, the temperature, my thoughts, my ideas. You hear my voice, and everything that's happening around me. I'm sentient. I'm conscious of all of this. And I can't sometimes process the idea of just not existing. We don't know what life was like before we were born. We have no conscience, we have no awareness and no time frame of that. So why would death be any different? When I think about my being just not being here and not existing, I have struggled with that. But the whole time that the earth has been here, the life's been here for billions of years, from cells through the dinosaurs to giant invertebrates right the way to now. Why should we think we are, anything special to carry on in some form of an afterlife as a spirit or what have you? Why should we think we're anything special? Does that mean dinosaurs, ants, and other creatures also have a soul and continue on in some form of afterlife? Why are we any special? Is it just because we've got a higher degree of intelligence and we're able to comprehend, that we exist? We're able to comprehend consciousness, and we're able to comprehend that we fear death. Why are we anything special? However, everything which I believe in science and so on, that everything that happens to our brains, everything that happens to our bodies when we die, and our brain, our consciousness does go on for a certain amount of time. Scientists don't truly know how long the consciousness goes on for after the body is dead, kaput, gone. But there has been multiple studies shown that to be the case, that some degree of consciousness and brain activity does continue on. Just don't know how long it goes on for. So for me, from everything that I've been shown, everything I've researched, and everything I believe, says to me that spirit communication shouldn't actually be remotely possible. But yet it is. Something's happening. I've been communicating with something. I don't know what that something is, because we cannot prove that ghosts are necessarily dead people. We can only theorize. They say they're dead sometimes, but we cannot prove they actually are dead beings. They could be from a different reality. It could be aliens for all we know. It could be fairies. We don't know. There is no proof. We've never proven what they are, but it's fun to speculate. But if they are dead, I have had something reply to me intelligently a handful of times and have back and forth with me. Everything in me says that should not be happening, that it shouldn't be possible. But yet it's happening, and I can't dismiss it.
This is post-editing Jack here. What I meant is that with this subject matter, and from everything that I believe and everything that I have researched and everything which I think happens after we die, is that, in my opinion, it should really be lights out, that there is nothing after this life. We don't comprehend birth, so we can't comprehend our deaths, because our consciousness will just cease to exist and we will just not exist. So I forgot to mention that in this video, but I'm putting it in here now, and so now we can get on with the rest of the video. Sorry about that, guys.
Even I've done multiple spirit box sessions for my dad, Richard, who passed away on the 24th of September of 2021. And I've done lots of sessions on him. Some I've posted on this channel and some I've not posted on this channel, because they're my own private ones. But the communication which I've had from that, despite him being gone, it says to me that that is him. I cannot prove that is my dad. You're right, I cannot prove that's him. But from everything I've asked, the answers which I've gotten, says to me that it is, or that it very well could be. And plus, like, from everything I've seen with my own eyes, I've seen things. I've seen my dad. I've told you guys about the story of when my dad came to me in a dream, and he showed me about, you know, what life was like and so on, where he was. And there was also another dream which I had, which I'm still not sure it was a dream, but my partner was very ill. She got very ill, but the day before she got really sick was I had a dream about my dad, and the dream about my dad was that we were having a conversation at the edge of my bed, and he said to me, you make sure that you look after her, because she's going to get very ill, she's going to get very sick. And I was like, what do you mean? And then, you know, he said, well, just look after her, she's going to get ill. Then the very next day, she got very ill, and I had to take her into hospital, and she had one of the worst, you know, infections that she ever had. And I was like, Dad told me this was going to happen. And I cannot call that coincidence. I really cannot call that a coincidence. I don't know what you would call it. But what do I believe happens? I've spoken about this, and I have I'm not sure if it's my theory or it's just something I've thought about, but it's the theory that Einstein's theory of energy conversion. That energy cannot be created and nor destroyed, it can only be converted from one form to another. So the energy which is in our brains, like electrical energy and so on, the impulses which go through our brains, something's got to happen to that energy. So what happens to that energy? Is our soul, consciousness, what have you, connected to that or not? Does it continue on? I hope it continues on. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I hope my consciousness does continue on in some way. And I think it's a very credible possibility for what happens to us after we die. That maybe our energy does get converted. Maybe that explains reincarnation. I have no idea. But either way, if that is the case, if my energy is going to be converted, that when I die, my energy is going to go off somewhere, then I'm going to go on one hell of an adventure when I'm dead. And, you know, I think I worry sometimes about if I'm doing enough in life, but I think in life, you've got to do as much as you can. You don't live in time, you live in moments. Don't worry about how long you've got to live. Doesn't matter if you live for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, as long as you do everything within that time to make yourself happy, to do everything you wanted to do in that time frame that you were alive, and just do the best you can. Because life ain't about time, it's about moments. That's what's really important. Don't live in time, live in moments. And I like to think I'm doing the best I can. I want my books to be my legacy so people can read my work maybe hundreds of years into the future. And YouTube's going to be around a hell of a lot longer than me, or at least I hope so. But these videos are going to be on the internet, and you might be watching this long after I'm already gone. So, you know, in that case, hi from the past. As I get older, I'm 29 now, I'm edging very close to 30, and I can't help but think a little bit about, wow, nearly 30 years of my life has gone by. And I don't know how much longer I've got on this planet. I might be gone tomorrow, who knows? But all I can do is continue on with doing spirit communication, doing these sorts of videos, to get these ideas and sessions out there. Maybe inspire you to get involved and do this yourself. Maybe you come up with ideas or thoughts or theories yourself, because that's exciting. And I love hearing about what new sort of thoughts and ideas that you guys come up with, and when we talk in the comment section. But everything about what I believe says paranormal spirit communication shouldn't be happening. That the communication I've gotten shouldn't be happening if it is dead people. But part of me says it is dead people, but maybe it could be other sort of entities, other forms of afterlife, I guess. But yet, it's happening, and it's happening to so many other people. Do I hope I carry on after I'm gone? I hope I do in some way. Does my consciousness go with that energy? Who knows? I guess I won't know until I'm at the very end, but it's something that I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe you thought about this, maybe you have some anxiety over it. When it comes to death, there's something we can't control. There's no point in worrying about it. Even though I'm a hypocrite, I do worry about it sometimes, but at the same time, I have a complicated relationship with it. But it's something that's going to happen to all of us. All that matters is we do as much as we can whilst we're still here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you soon in the very next one, and please drop me your thoughts down in the comment section, as I love hearing from you guys, and please say hi. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Take care, have a great day or night. Stay safe.